running into space issues, always space issues. I just need another garage. I should have waited to do the car until I had another garage, but it's too late for that. So I think these stands need to go somewhere, and I know this one folds up easy. The other one, I think it folds up. I haven't tried yet. I think if I pull some of these bolts off, it'll kind of collapse into one big pile. So we'll figure that out. But either way, if I'm going to pull the engine, I need space to unfold the lift and space to put the engine somewhere out of the way here in the garage while I tear all the rest of the stuff out. So we'll see if it happens tonight or not. Maybe it will. Hopefully it will. But really what I need to do is get everything ready, get the axles off, and get the dog bone disconnected. That way I don't have to dig around under there if it starts getting dark, and then make room before I get the hoist ready. I think that's the plan. Well, goal achieved. It's still plenty light out, axles are off, dog bone mounts off. So the only thing really holding this in are the two motor mounts, which I think those are just a big 17. I'll have to find the socket first. But we got a lifting hook here and here, right across the front, so we'll just lift it by the engine with our leveling bar and take it slow, make sure we don't break anything, get this thing out of there. See how dirty the backside of it is, because aside from this oil leak, also the oil return leaked at the top at some point, and I never fixed that. So there's quite a bit on this that I'll patch back up and clean it, make sure it's not going to leak on us more, and make it a little prettier. So I already loosened these up with the breaker. They should just come right out. Yep. Should be it. Should be free swinging. Oh, vacuum line, coolant line. Gotta get those two off. Oh, shift cables, guys. Cheese and rice. How dumb. How could it be so dumb? Let's see. Oh, broke it. So we're getting new cables. Clutch line too. I'm just going to go ahead and take the whole slave cylinder out because I don't see a hex on the connection for it. So there's probably some way that it comes off easily, but this will be fine. Yeah, it was just a 10 millimeter. I could have taken the line off. This evening is just getting dumber every moment. Alright, round two. We'll see what it does. I also got this the wheel's stuck right, I don't know if it's on camera. There's a little lip going into the garage. I gotta hump it over, so it's kind of annoying. Okay, that power steering line's still attached to the transmission too. Son of a, god damn it. See, right there. So we're tugging on this greasy, disgusting power steering line. And I'm so sick of it, I think I'm just going to cut it. Like I said, well, it should just be I think a 13 or a 10. Maybe I can pop it off. It's just so gross. Okay, so yeah, that line was a 13. And I don't see anything else that's attached except for my thermocouple wiring, which I have a ton extra of, just like spooled up right here. So I need to unzip tie it from its buddy and let that flop out, and I'll take the actual connections apart once it's out of the way. that axle was stuck on some shit, and then this intake I didn't pull off was stuck on some shit. And see, at that point where I don't care what I break, I just want it out. Well, it's out, like actually out. And I think the only thing that I broke, I don't think I broke the clutch slave, but I did break that shift cable. So I don't know if they come as a pair or if I could just get one. I can't imagine they're cheap. That might be an eBay special. I'll just find a used one, because I can use that box if I modify it. And if I don't want to modify it, you can actually use these cables in a Polo, like I think it's a Polo. So you use parts of a Polo box and parts of a Mark IV box, and then it fits the Mark II. There's a guy that has a really good write-up on it that I downloaded in case all of his pictures got taken down. So yeah, I think all this stuff's basically intact. There's a bunch of this stuff that won't even go back in the car, and then here's a big, greasy, disgusting engine. So yeah, it's going to be fun to clean up. I think, like, part of me wants to just slap it in, right? But I'd be doing it a disservice. I was like, I shouldn't buy a clutch yet. Just like get it in and get it running, kind of like the original idea was. But at this point, it's like, do I really want to fuss with dragging this thing back out all over again to do a clutch? Like, not really. I'd like to clean things up. I want to take the turbo off to kind of check the health. That's a super old, well, old by today's standards. It's a VNT 172220. 20 or 20, I think 20. I don't think it's a 1722. I think it's a 1720. So they have the 17 cold side and the 20, or 17 hot side, 20 cold side. And they like to make pressure. So it's a great turbo. I just want to make sure that it's not all screwed up. And then looking at the downpipe, like, I'd like to V-band it. Those are huge, huge studs on it though. So I wonder how well that'll work. I'll see if there's a kit. Maybe there's something out there that just matches up to these. Or maybe if the turbo's borked, we have to save up some scratch and get one with a V-band, right? Who knows? Either way, it's disgustingly dirty and it needs to be cleaned up. It's embarrassing. Ugh. We're doing a little weekend cleanup, and I separated the AC heat exchanger thingy from the radiator. Look at all the stuff that was in between them. You know, just 200,000 miles of buildup. There's like actual rocks that had vibrated their way down in, and dead bugs and stuff. So the fins really aren't too bad. I have a straightening tool. I don't know if it goes this thin or not, and I've never really used it, so it might be fun to bust that out after this is all cleaned up. It might actually help clean it out too, is just rake all the fins. Other side, right, this is the fan side, has a couple, you know, fans pushed on them a little bit at some point, but you can tell from the core support that prior to me having it, because I didn't hit anything with this car that I remember, you know, this whole support's cracked up, so somebody cracked it. There's a ton of glass fiber in it though, look at that. So we'll see. I don't know if we'll be mounting this radiator in the Mark II or not. I'd like to. It'd be easy if I can mount this radiator in an efficient way, if it actually fits. Then the fans will just bolt right to it, and we can use the Mark IV fan setup. If not, we use the Mark II stuff, which is a single fan, but I think it has 2 speeds. I'll have to look that up. Either way, we can still use the Mark IV wiring and the controller probably, because all it is a relay box, right? And it turns one fan on or both fans on, that kind of thing. So we'll look into it.